Doing? You're not allowed to touch me.
You're not supposed to be on this property, sir.
I am supposed to be on the property. You're assaulting me.
There's a kiss, don't assaulting
You're assaulting me. You're pushing against me.
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I know. Take a picture. I love a picture.
What are you doing?
Put me on YouTube. I love it. I've been on YouTube more times than you have. Get a police officer, please.
Hey, sorry, we're leaving.
What? Hey? Well, it's alright, we're going through the door, Dave.
Go around the back.
Hey?
Go around the back.
I don't want to go around the back.
Go around the back.
I don't want to go around the back.
Well, you're not coming through this way.
Well, we'll see about that, man.
Yeah, we will. Why don't you come through this way, then?
Hey, I'll come through that way if I want to.
Come on, then.
I will do. Because I've got the warrant of authority. I've got
your warrant ain't nothing.
You don't mean nothing.
Your warrant ain't nothing.
You didn't give notice.
Yeah.
Your warrant's nothing.
You didn't give notice.
Oh, you,
warrant
Mr.
is
Fergus.
void.
Oh, sorry, the Fergus. You don't know what you're talking about.
The Fergus is more
We'll
powerful than you.
what I'm talking about or not. We'll see.
Shall I show you some
sorry, officer. Could you? This man's impeding my duties. Could you move him,
No,
please?
it's not quite clear yet what's going on.
Section 10.
Why are you pushing me?
Because you're
Why are you pushing me?
Under
Why are you
section
pushing
10.
me? Why are you pushing me?
step aside so the gentleman
You don't know what I've got to do with the house. Why are you pushing me?
Because I've already asked you and you said nothing.
I didn't say nothing. I said I don't want to declare to you.
You can squeeze back there, can't you?
Well, I want this door on. And he's stopping us doing. Under section 10,
Things ain't clear what's going on
he's
yet.
committing a criminal act.
You need to wait.
It actually explains
You need
that
to wait.
no notice after 29th of March. So the warrant could be
And they've
executed.
had that. They've all had that.
Unlawful. It's unlawful.
Could you ask this gentleman
You need to get onto your legal team. You need to get on your legal team.
Judge English doesn't have the authority to issue such an order.
Yes, it
I
does.
understand there's a warrant with a judge's signature on it that explains
No,
what can happen.
no, he said it's an order.
Can you move this gentleman, please?
It's got a stamp, but it's
Section 10 of the Criminal Act.
You need to get on.
He is committing a criminal offence.
He's here with my permission.
Come on,
He's here with my permission.
Yeah.
I'm not pushing nobody.
I think the end outcome is going to be the same.
Well, it doesn't matter. You need to get onto your legal team. You need to get onto your legal team.
Because the outcome's going to be the same regardless.
You're pushing around women without showing any paperwork.
We videoed it, so you're alright.
You videoed.
Yeah, video does not assault
You've seen my paperwork.
I've seen an application form that you can fill out.
Well, you just assaulted me.
Yeah,
you did. Yeah, but that you're
Sorry, sir. You're getting off on a foot.
I'm the Fergus.
The Fergus?
Yes.
He's the Fergus.
We're both the Fergus.
Right, so you're both your brothers then, is it? Why are you both the Fergus?
I don't know if we're brothers, but we're the Fergus.
Right. So, I think what we need to understand is...
What you need to do is get onto your legal team and make sure everything that you're doing today is lawful. You can't go by what these people were saying.
Everything I've done has been perfectly lawful.
You can't go by what these people were saying because they've attempted to break the door many a times before.
And today, what they've done is pushed me away from the door because I had the door, 2 doors.
On their paperwork, it says they can use what force they deem to be reasonable in effect.
No, not assaulting people.
Sorry?
Not assaulting people. Maybe force on the property, but
that's
not...
exactly what it says. By what you've described, you were stood behind the door when they pushed the door open.
Well, where the heck am I supposed to be?
So what you've just said to me is you were stood behind the door when they pushed the door open.
You're putting words into her mouth. She didn't...
Listen, he's not supposed to use any force when I'm next to the door. The minute I'm near the door, he should back off.
How would he know? There's no peephole.
I spoke to him and told him I'm behind the door.
Right. Have you raised that with him?
I'm raising it with you.
And what have you raised it with him?
You're the police officer.
I raised it with him.
No, you're assisting them. You are assisting them. You was just pushing me in front of this door a second ago.
Stop you two going at each other, which is what it looked like from where I was.
I'm not going at him. So why didn't you go and push him and get him back away from me?
Exactly.
You're choosing me.
You're on the higher ground. You're stood.
I'm stood in front of the door, peacefully resisting. Yeah. This eviction. So that's what I was doing.
From where I'm stood, what does it look like when I've got somebody stood on a higher ground?
Listen, you're an experienced officer. I'm sure you can see a scenario and find out what's going on without taking your hands and assaulting somebody, especially me.
What concerns me, officer, is that you're speaking to him about a confrontation with this man. You're not speaking to me about a confrontation he had with me in terms of pushing me away from the door. When I told him.
So right, so
I told you before that they used unnecessary force to come into the house.
so you say it's unnecessary.
Listen,
They've got a court to use reasonable force to enter.
Yeah, but not when somebody's behind the door saying, I'm behind the door and do not push it. And he continually
Where
pushed
in the paperwork does it say that? It says that nowhere, does it?
No, but what I'm saying to you, it is not fair on me for
If
him
you think
to
that's
have...
unreasonable, that's down to you to take up with his line management,
Well,
isn't
I'm
it?
speaking to you about it.
And I'm telling you,
she believes that she's been assaulted, and she's
not
reporting
saying
it.
she's been assaulted,
She's
is she?
well, tell them we've
Well,
been
just
assaulted.
like you feel that it
So
was
you believe
wrong
you've
for
been
that
assaulted?
person there to be on higher ground, and you felt that that man would be threatened. Don't you
Absolutely.
think I felt as if I was being threatened too?
perhaps, but they've got a court order saying they can force entry into this house, haven't they?
Well,
Yeah, but
when I'm behind
not
the
assault
door.
people
It's
or
not
hurt people.
I was
It
behind
doesn't
the door,
matter.
and I'm saying to
It doesn't
him, do
matter.
not push the door because I'm behind the door, and he does. So, you know, you have to be fair and honest
I
with
think
people.
I have been fair and honest. I think the end outcome today is going to be the same regardless of what happens, isn't it? I think they're going to be taking possession of the house and you're going to be asked to leave it at some point, aren't you?
Well, not today.
If you could be so kind as to gather up your
Not
belongings.
necessarily today.
that would,
No.
That would probably...
It's the wind.
Loud, wasn't it?
Not necessarily today because he has no right today because there are...
What you guys
series
need
of
to
people
do is
go
get onto
through.
your legal team. What time do they start?
I imagine not until 9 o'clock.
Well, maybe you
And
need to
that's
wait
why
until
they've
9
got
o'clock
this
then.
ungodly hour.
Well, it says on their appointment time it's 7 AM today.
Yeah, but they didn't
Why did
serve
they say
any
that?
notice to this property.
On the-
You're meant to give people notice
Yes.
that you're coming so
Right.
people know to leave if they want to leave.
And they're
Yeah,
playing
and there's
tricks
been
on-
no notice. They've just come to the property
you raised
with no
that with the
notice.
court?
Yeah,
And they've
what do you mean
they've-
raise it?
they've
How can you
played
raise it in the
tricks on
court?
people.
And they're
If-
doing it. This is what they're
So
doing now.
today's the first you know of any eviction whatsoever?
Yes,
So you've
They
had
said-
no prior... So why
Yes.
is the door barricaded if today's the first you know of any
because
eviction?
they've came before.
So you did know that something was happening?
No, they have
You
to
didn't.
serve notice
So you
every
barricaded
time.
the door every time, then?
No,
Every
no, they
time
have
they
to.
come.
It's barricaded from the time that they came before.
Right, so
Yeah,
you've been before.
and
So you know that there's some proceedings taking place against the house?
yeah.
But we've got
But that's
rights
not.
of appeal.
There's
haven't
some
we?
proceedings taking place, but there's a process of proceedings. Yeah,
Yep.
and every time they come to the property, they need to serve notice that they're coming to evict somebody.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And they have
They-
not
on
served
their, on
any
their paperwork,
notice.
It says that after the 29th they need to serve no further...
They
No, but
said
that's
on
against the
paperwork
law.
That they were going to
That's
come
against
on
the
the
law.
29th.
Would you
Now,
like to look at
that's
the
a
paperwork?
that's a
No, but
booby.
that's against the law.
You know why? Because the 29th of March was a holiday, and so was that was the Friday, so was the Monday, was a bank holiday.
Yes,
So it's like a big setup for people. It's null and void. That's what we have in what we're saying today. And it's not necessarily
So-
that it's going to proceed because they know that they've used unnecessary
So you're
force.
saying the court's made an error and it's finding or it's...
Well, we
No,
went
the
down
court's
and we saw
acting
them.
illegal.
We
the,
went
court, the
down-
whole
Well-
court process, the whole judicial process
No.
acted illegally.
No,
No,
a
we
certain
saw- we went
judge,
down-
Judge English.
We
George
went
English.
there,
Yes.
we went down and we saw
And he's
them.
got a
and we said
judicial
that the
review
29th is a
in the
bank
process
holiday.
for his
What's
behaviour.
going on?
Right.
Can we have notice? And they've never served notice, and they need to give proper notice. And that's the that's
Obviously,
another
they're saying
argument here.
they're saying they have. Okay, so I'm torn between...
Well, what I'm saying to you, the notice that they've shown you is null and void because it's dated the 29th of March. What's the 29th of March?
Good Friday,
Good
wasn't it?
Friday,
Yeah, Good
yes.
Friday.
And so was the Monday. So it's not good notice.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Can you see it from our perspective? We're stuck between a rock and a hard place, aren't we? We don't want
Mate,
Not
to...
really.
I can sympathise.
not
But what I'm
really.
saying to you, the best place for you is behind that wall then. If you're in a place in a high place.
A rock and a
well,
hard
well,
We're
place.
here to make sure that everything runs smoothly for all parties concerned as best we can. And,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we've been called by you, we've been called by them.
Yeah.
So you both clearly want us here. Each party clearly
And
wants
you're
us
an
here, don't they?
insignificant force here. You're very significant in the fact that you've got a right to make sure that nothing illegal happens here.
And that's what
And
we
we're
want to
not
do.
illegal. They're the ones who are illegal.
But they're saying, well, I've seen paperwork that suggests that they're not acting illegally, they're acting within the remit of the law. And when I see that paperwork...
We've shown you the paperwork, but you seem to not be adverse to accepting the contents of it.
Well, your paperwork, with the greatest respect, it's an online form with no court stamp, no signature.
No, because the original is in the court system
Right.
already.
So it
Yeah,
might have
he's
been
just
an idea
giving
to
you.
get a copy of it signed, mightn't it? Because at the moment, anybody could have just printed that in and filled it in.
We're not stupid. We're not
I'm not saying you're
online
stupid.
people. What I'm saying is this. Your predecessors have been in conjunction with this matter on several occasions. So there is form there.
Right.
So it's important for you to know that, yes, there is a sense of innocence regarding you and your colleague who are here. You're innocent people, but there is history about what's going on here.
Tell me a bit about our history then. What's the history of it?
Well, I'm not the best person. This person's the best person to tell
Fergus.
you.
It doesn't matter about the history because every time they come, they need to serve notice that they're coming. Yeah? So the history is irrelevant right now. The history is in the court
I'm just trying to
systems.
build up a bit of a bigger picture, that's all.
The history is in the court systems and it's being looked at.
Okay. I was going to go and see how we're getting on with in the other room. All right. Be careful on these nails and stuff. When we take some.
Right. The County Court Act says, right, no issues warrant enforcement, there has to be at least 3 days notice. That's what it says. Right? And this guy's has waived that, but he has no part of the court has essentially waived the issue of giving notice. Right? The requirement to give notice. No part of that is waived. Right? So you put a notice of that, right? And you've not responded. So now you come here, okay, you need to respond, right, to where English has got the authority to issue an order saying dispense the requirement. If notice, right, which you're pertaining, comes in today to enforce, which means you're doing this unlawful, you're doing this unlawful. No, you need to make sure, no, you need to make sure, no, you can't say I'm putting orders, because people have said to foreign orders, it's not normal shit. Like, you're going to put a notice, what's relief, right? What's crazy action on people to check, but it's something that's checkable. How's that a duty of care, your belief? People have all different kinds of belief. I can get 11 constables in front of me and you give me something totally different, right? So it's something that's objective that can be checked. No, they are normal because you're neglecting the duty of care because it's something that can be checked. And it's something that can be checked, right? No, you don't have to read it. You can wait till your legal department. Check this. No, but you're being called to act. You're being called to act. So you need to know what constitutes in terms of if someone is doing something unlawful and is breaking into your home, right, whether you're obliged to leave it. Is it something you choose not to address because it's a bit difficult?
Should I?
I want us to be locked in the house. Right.
We're going to pause this for no time. Oh, Well, you're negligent as to whether it's a null and void or not. That's the thing, you may not know it, but you're negligent as to whether it's null and void or not. That's the matter. Right?
You've got responsibilities.
And a duty of care.
You've got very important responsibilities.
I'm going to stop this for now, Simon, shall I?
Leave
Your
it for
one.
now. Leave it for now.
You've got plenty of battery power needs to be running down. I'm filming it.
Alright, man. Come on.